right? I'm sharing my screen once again. Children, please have some patience. Hope my screen is visible. Is it visible? Hope my screen is visible. Is it visible? Right. So you are expected to carry your ID card and uniform is compulsory. Children, there is a bit network connectivity problem. Please bear with me. You want me to share my screen again? Is it visible? Yes. Hope my screen is visible. Can you? No. Internet connection is unstable. But my connections are very strong, by the way. Yes. My screen is visible now? Right. Hope the screen is visible now. Children, I was talking about uniform and ID card is compulsory. Carry transparent pad, pouch, and water bottle. Carry your own stationery, pencil, pen, eraser, sharpener, geometrical instrument box, etc. You are not allowed to share or borrow anything in the classrooms. Once you enter into the examination hall, you are not allowed to share any of these things. So children, make it sure you're carrying all your own things and you will not share anything with others. And you have to check your roll number and try to occupy the seat. Most of the times it happens that children try to sit in other place. And even after taking the test paper booklet, you try to write your roll number and all the details, but the details should be written of somebody else. So it happens generally. And in that case, you will be affected as well as the other student will be affected, right? So here now I'm going to show you the test booklet. Children, you can see here the test booklet, right? And I'll try to zoom it and show you because this is very, very important where you have to fill the details. Generally, most of the times, children have committed so many mistakes over here in this sheet and they would ask for whitener. Ma'am, whitener chahiye, humne ye wrong kiya hai. And if at all, like you put whitener over there, this paper will be invalid. Your test booklet will be invalid. So in that case, I want my children to be very, very careful and I want you to fill the columns properly. So let's see what all things you need to fill over here. First thing is subject. What subject you are going to write the exam? What subject you have that particular day? Please mention the subject over here. And second one is subject code. Every subject has got the code. You are expected to write the subject code, day and date of the examination, and medium of answering the paper. Here, generally, whenever you have Hindi, Sanskrit examination, at that time, children ask, ma'am, यहाँ पे हमें क्या लिखना है? Whether it should be English, because we are from English medium, or whether it should be Sanskrit, Hindi. If at all you are writing Hindi examination, so you will mention here Hindi. Medium of answering the paper will be Hindi. And if it is Sanskrit, you will try to write Sanskrit. For the rest of the examinations, you are going to write English only. And now the next thing is write code number as written on the top of the question paper. When you get your question paper, on your question paper, you have a code number and set number. So you are expected to mention the code number over here. So set number is nothing but, every time whenever you write examination, we give you two sets, A and B. So here, when you write your board examination, you are going to have four sets. A, it could be A, B, C, or X, Y, Z, or M, N, O, P. So it could be any number or any character. And here you are expected to encircle, you are expected to darken this 1, 2, 3. If at all it is 1, 2, 3, and you have got set number 2, you are going to darken this circle 2, right? And if at all you happen to take any supplementary answer book, so you are expected to mention over here number of supplementaries. As a matter of fact, this test booklet is of 32 pages, and when mathematics is concerned, it is of 48 pages. And even you are expected to read what are the number of pages, right? Sometimes it could be less, it could be more. You try to read the first point. I'll show you in the next slide. So check whether you have those number of papers proper or not. And the paper, the test booklet is being designed in such a way that you need not have to take any extra supplement. As a matter of fact, but think that if at all you require, you have written like you have written properly and you have written lot much of information rather than asked. So if you want to take a supplement, you can definitely take, but it should be attached and you should mention. Most of the times children forget to mention number of supplements they have like collected from the teacher, from the invigilator. So you should mention here number of supplements. And this is not like generally for all the students, but if at all we have any disabled person, any student with disabilities, so this column is particularly for those children. And we have only one student, I think, in our school. So this is particularly for Ayush. So whether the person with a disability, you have to mention over here, yes. And because they have some extra, facilities in board examination, it is must for him to mention over here. So if physically challenged, then take this category. So there are categories, whether it is B category, D category, H category, S, C, or A. So the child will have to put a tick mark over here. And whether writer is provided. Generally, if at all there is some problem with the hand, if at all the student is unable to write the examination, so in that case, a scribe is being provided to that student from the school. So you have to mention over here whether you have scribe or not, right? And if visually challenged, then what software you are using. So we don't have any visual challenge in our school. So you need not have to fill, just put a dash over here, right? And now coming to this part, children, now please pay attention. This part is very, very important. Generally, when I was CS, there were at least one student in each block, like more than 17 blocks were there, and each block there were there was at least one student who committed mistake in this particular area. What is that mistake? Let me explain you in detail. You are expected to write your name over here, right? So now my name is Sushma Srinath Kanchi. So what should I do? I should write in capital letters only. Most of the children like write in small letters. Only first letter will be capital and rest of the letters are in small. So please do not write in small letters. Rather, you are expected to write in capital letters only. So the first block I'll try to write here. Yes, U S HMA, Sushma, SUSHMA, and leave this block. Do not forget to leave the block. Do not try to like club your whole name, because sometimes the name will be very big. So leave this block, and here I'll write SRINATH, Srinath, and I'll try to leave this block and I'll write here KANCHI, right? This is how I have to write name. And there are some names which are like, more than the more than the blocks. Your letters, number of characters in your name are more than the number of blocks. So try to like curtail, try to reduce something from your name, and whatever the name is being mentioned on your hall ticket, try to mention the same name over here. And once you write the name over here, and now when S is concerned, Sushma S, so I have to darken S from here. This is what I have to darken. Most of the times children will get confused and they don't darken it properly and they do mistake over here. Once the mistake is done, once you try to darken the wrong circle, and there is no rectification, you cannot rectify that, and we are not allowed to give you whitener or so. And this paper sometimes will be invalid once the name is not written properly, the roll number is not mentioned properly. If you don't darken the circles properly, that booklet will be put aside. There will be some doubt, because if at all this is your name, if at all this is your roll number, if at all you are the owner of this test booklet, you will not commit the blunder. You will not make the mistake. And if at all somebody else is writing your paper, in that case, there is a chance that the child can commit the mistake. So the invigilator or the paper checker, the evaluator will get this doubt that the child might have done some mistake because he is confused. Somebody else might have sat in his place. So there will be a chance for some doubt. So in order to avoid that, you should be very, very careful. Yes, try to like darken S. You try to find out you and darken you over here. Again, S, H, it should be like vertical. When you are trying to darken, it should be vertical form, not in the horizontal form, right? I hope this block is clear for all the children. And coming to roll number, when your roll number is concerned, children, here we have 7 blocks, if I'm not wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 blocks. Last year, what happened? There were like 8-digit numbers. Your roll number was of 8 digits and number of blocks were only 7. So in that case, so many children were confused and every student made a mistake when entering the roll number. Children, here your roll number is very, very important. Your paper will be checked only through your roll number itself, not through your name, but your roll number itself. Your roll number matters a lot. Wherever you are writing your roll number, you should be very, very careful. Check, recheck, double check, and then write the roll number. When you are occupying the seat, you should know the roll number. Try to check it properly and occupy the seat. And wherever you are mentioning the roll number, double check and write the roll number, because generally children commit mistakes over here while writing the roll number. So in the same case, here, think that you have 8 digits and here only 7 blocks are provided. So in that case, what will you do? For example, the starting digits are 0, 1. If at all the starting digit of your roll number is starting with 011. So you will try to mention 0 over here, children. Here there is no block, but try to write 0 over here, and then you will write rest of the numbers over here. Your last digit number, think that your last digit number is 03. 3 should come over here and 0 will come over here. But you are not going to write 3 over here and 0 over here. Do not start writing the roll number from here. Start writing the roll number from here. Here you write 3, then 0, then 5, 6, 4, 3, 1. And then here you will write 0 or 1, whatever the starting number is. Because starting numbers are common for all the children. If this number is being missed, it will not make any difference. But if this number is missed, so definitely this is going to make a big difference, and nobody is going to help you out in the examination center. You should be self-sufficient. You should know what to do, what not to do. So I want my children to be very, very careful and cautious. First, write the roll number properly. Once you write the roll number, start darkening these numbers. You will get 15 minutes of time. 10:30, 10 o'clock, you will be given entry into the examination hall. So by 10:15, you will be provided this answer book, and at that time, you are expected to do all these things. So without wasting even a single minute, once you enter into the examination hall, start darkening. So think that it is 4, you will try to darken here, then 3, darken here, then 5, darken here, then 5, darken here. So this is how you have to do. I hope the roll number section is also clear for the children. If you have any doubts, you can definitely ask. I'll give you a chance to ask. I'll make you unmute so that you can definitely put your question. And now when subject code is concerned, children, all of you know, every subject has got a code, subject code. So here you are expected to write the code number and then try to darken the circles over here. And now center number is concerned. Center number, generally your center will be St. Joseph School. So the center number will be mentioned, written on the board. Every teacher, every invigilator over there is going to mention the center number on the board. If it is not mentioned, demand the teacher, ask the invigilator what is the center number. Do not write wrong center number over here. Try to mention the correct center number, and in the same way, you are expected to darken the circles over here. And once again, here, you are expected to write the subject. What is the subject? And school number as per admit card. On your admit card, the school number is being given, and you are expected to write the admit card number over here, right? And now roll number. Generally, most of the times, again, children make mistake here in writing the roll number. Your numbers are in lakhs. It is in 5 digits and sometimes more than 5 digits, right? So here, if at all your roll number is 2 lakh, then write here TWO. You have to write in words 2 lakhs 25,556. So you are going to write the spelling TWOLAKH 25,000 TWENTY FIVE 1,652. Whatever your number is, you are going to write the numbers. Do not ask the invigilator, ma'am, what to write here, how to write here. किसी से कोई पूछने की जरूरत नहीं है. You should be self-sufficient. You should be confident. So check this and try to write the things properly. And father's name, oblique, guardian's name. So write your father's name here. And if at all somebody is with guardian, if at all you have mentioned your guardian name in the hall ticket, so you are expected to write the guardian name here. And now children, when signature of the candidate is concerned, most of the times, again, this is a very big issue. So every time we face this problem, the signature on the hall ticket is different and the signature on the test booklet is different. So in that case, we will try to doubt the child, whether the child is same or somebody else is trying to sit in place of this child. That doubt will arise to the invigilators. So in that case, you are expected to do the proper signature and try to like even practice your signature, the one which you have done on the hall ticket. So your hall ticket signature and the signature on the test booklet should match without fail. If at all, if it doesn't match, invigilator will try to hold you responsible for that, and there will be so many questions. You have to give explanation for all these things. So your time will be wasted. You will be in distress. Your mood will be spoiled, and hope sometimes you fail to fare well in your examination. So in order to avoid all these things, you are expected to be very, very vigilant. You are expected to be very, very diligent and try to fill all these things. So moving towards the next slide. On receiving the booklet, on receiving the book answer, what you have to do. Just now I was planning to explain you. Ensure that answer book contains 32 pages including graph, excluding OMR sheet. Now children, when you open the test booklet, you can check number of pages, because number of pages are being mentioned over there. Try to read the first line. In the first line itself, it is mentioned this test booklet consists of 48 pages or 32 pages. It depends sometimes. If at all you are writing language, if at all you are writing mathematics, so subject to subject number of pages sometimes will differ. So in that case, check whether your test booklet has the number of pages which are being prescribed on the first line, on the first line of your test booklet. And if at all the pages are less, you should immediately report it to the invigilator. Sometimes the printing problem will be there. The lines are not being printed properly. Try to report it immediately to the invigilator. Sometimes some of the pages are being torn. Though you do not touch your test booklet, the moment you open the test booklet, sometimes some pages inside are not properly binded, are not properly stitched, and they get torn. So in that case, report it immediately so that the invigilator will try to replace your test booklet, your answer booklet. They will try to replace it. So that is the responsibility of the student to inform the invigilator immediately. Children, I'll try to share an experience here. Before 3 years, we had a student in 12th standard, and there was a cut, like the page was torn inside, and she did not check it in the beginning, and she has written all the answers, and she has submitted the same paper to the invigilator. Even invigilator did not check whether the paper was torn, and that went to the board for the checking, for the correction, and her result was under withheld. That was unfair means. Her result came under unfair means. So when she was being called, a committee was being led. There was a panel of CBSE. They have called the students stating that your paper is under copying case. The paper is being torn. So you try to do some malpractice in your answer book. So that is the reason we have put your result on hold. That is, the result was withheld. So she went to Chennai. Chennai was the headquarter at that time. She went to Chennai along with her parents, and the allegation was she tried to copy. And finally, the result was she was failed in that examination, and she lost her 1 year. She couldn't appear for the exam. They CBSE people wanted to debar the girl for copying in the examination, but they did not debar her, but they failed her for 1 year. So next year she has written the exam, and she got through by God's grace, but somehow she wasted her 1 year because of that small negligence. So children, you should be very, very careful, very cautious. Try to check all the test booklet keenly, thoroughly, properly. The moment you get into the examination hall, try to have that cool in your mind. Try to be stable. Try to be fit. Do not get wavered. Do not get disturbed. Do not be too excited when you get into the examination hall. If you are too excited, this is how you commit some small blunders. So be cool. Try to check all the things properly. Be prepared. If there is anything wrong, if there are some rectifications, immediately discuss it with the invigilator, and try to replace your answer booklet, right? And check that all the pages are serially numbered. You have to check this, including title of the page. Fill in and blacken all the required detail fields correctly. Now, just now I have shown what are the different fields. The different fields are like subject, subject code, set number, person with benchmark disabilities, code of disabilities, whether writer is being provided, whether visually challenged or not, name of the candidate, roll number of the candidate, so subject code and center code, subject, name of the student, and roll number in words, etc. You are expected to write all these things and blacken the circles given in that particular areas, right? And then use only blue, black, or royal blue ink, gel pen, ballpoint pen, using any other writing instruments, ink, pencil, etc. So that is the risk and responsibility of the student if at all you are using anything. So children, it is better, it is safe to go with blue uh, gel pen or ballpoint pen. So I think uh, ball pen will be quite comfortable, and it helps you to even the flow will be good. So use a good pen. Do not go for some other colors. To write on each ruled line on both the sides of the answer book. Now, most of the times, children, what they do, they try to like leave the first page. The first page they try to leave, and then they try to start writing on the second page. And again, they leave 1 or 2 pages for some other answers. Then they write from third page. So instead of doing that, try to utilize each and every page. Try to write on every page. If you are not confident of the answer, you can write it later on, but write the correct question number, and then you can write the answer later on. But do not leave any of the pages. Try to write on both sides of the answer book. Number your answers according to the number in the question paper. So you have to write the correct question number. Do not write a question number different and answer different, so that answer will be invalid. They will not check the answer and you will lose your marks. Draw a line when a question or a part thereof is finished. Once you finish the answer of one particular question, children, try to draw one line and leave one line and try to draw. So draw appropriate margin on the right side of the page for rough work, which should be crossed out afterwards. So on the right side, you are expected to make a margin. Sometimes you'll be doing some rough work. Sometimes you'll try to do some calculations. So make a margin. And once you finish your exam, you are instructed to cross out. एक कट आपको वहां पे करना है जो आपने right margin में calculations किए, whatever you have written, you are expected to make a cross out. Securely tag your answer book with the supplement and answer book, graph, maps, etc. So you will get your answer book, you will get supplementary, you will have your graphs, you will have your maps. So in that case, you are expected to tag them properly. And when your map is concerned, children, you have to take the map from your SST, what you call, you are expected to take the map from your question paper, and that you have to tie inside. Do not tie at the last. Do not tie backside of the answer book. Rather, try to tie it inside, in between, because the paper quality is very low. The paper of your map is very, very thin. If you try to tie it at the end, so there is a possibility the paper might get torn. So in that case, try to like tie the paper in between when your graph paper is concerned, when your map is concerned. So children, take this care. Moving towards the next slide. Now, what are do nots? Till now, we have seen what you have to do. Now, here are don'ts. Waste pages by leaving wide margin. Please do not leave so much of page. Do not leave because sometimes some children making a very big margin and then leaving the place here and there. So do not do that. Make any special sign or mark in or outside the answer book, supplementary answer book, graph, map, etc. You are not allowed, you are not expected to make any special marks, special symbols, because see, generally, some students, they'll try to write at the top of the answer book, Jai Shri Ram. Some children will try to make a cross. Some children will try to make Chand Tara. Some children will try to make some special symbols, some religious symbols. And you are not allowed, expected. It is very clearly mentioned. If at all some children are doing any such marks, so that paper will be invalid. So please do not make any marks. And sometimes some children at the end of the exam, in the last page, they try to write some note to the invigilator or the paper checker, the one who is checking the paper. Ma'am, I was under depression. There were some problems in my family, so I couldn't concentrate. I request you, please try to give me some marks and see to it that I'll be passed in this exam. So you are not allowed to make any such comments, any such remarks to anybody. So children should be very, very careful when writing anything on the paper is concerned. Write your roll number. Do not write roll number, name of your school, or place of the examination in any of your answers. Generally, on map, on your graph, we try to write again the name. You try to write your school name. Sometimes some children did in the previous examinations. We had this experience. So some children were writing the name on every page. So do not write your name. You are expected to write only the roll number, and you are expected to write over the roll number on your graph as well as your map. But do not write anything other than your roll number. Even when your supplement is concerned, your map is concerned, your graph is concerned, please mention only the roll number. Do not fold the pages of the answer book. Sometimes some children, once they finish the exam, they will try to roll the paper and start playing with the answer book. So you are not allowed to fold the pages, to make any marks on the paper. You just keep it as it is. So be careful when those things are concerned. Ask for, do not ask for the supplementary answer book unless this answer book, previous supplementary answer book is finished. Unless you finish your answer book, you cannot demand for the supplementary. So sometimes you take the supplementary and you fail to finish this answer book. In that case, you will have that burden on you. So be careful. Until and unless you finish this answer book, do not demand for the extra supplementary. Leave the examination hall. Do not leave the examination hall without handing over the answer book to the assistant superintendent. That is like the invigilators. So do hand over your uh, answer book to your invigilator. Write name or any other information on supplement. Do not write the name or any other information on the supplement. Hope these points are clear. So what includes malpractice? So when your result will be under UFM, that is unfair means, including any of the following activities shall be deemed as use of unfair means practice, result not be declared but marked as unfair means. So in that case, uh, now what are the things where your result will be under unfair means, right? So let us see what are these things. Having in possession any item, article which has been prohibited in examination center or may be used for unfair practices, including any stationary item, communication device, accessories, eatable items, ornaments, or any other material or information relevant or not relevant to the examination in the paper concerned. So children, if at all you have in possession का मतलब क्या है? अगर आपके पास कोई भी चीज पाया जाता है, हैविंग इन पोसेशन एनी आइटम आर्टिकल, जो अगर आपके पास कोई भी ऐसी चीज पाई जाती है जो एग्जाम से संबंध नहीं रखता है, सो इन दैट केस योर रिजल्ट विल बी डिक्लेयर्ड अंडर अनफेयर मीन्स यूएफएम. आपका रिजल्ट के आगे लिखा जाता है अनफेयर मीन्स यूएफएम लिखा जाता है. तो आपके पास कोई भी चीजें नहीं होना है. यू विल नॉट हैव एनी पेपर्स, कोई चिट्स आपके पास नहीं होनी चाहिए, इंक्लूडिंग लाइक आइटम्स, कम्युनिकेशन डिवाइस, कोई मोबाइल हो, कोई इलेक्ट्रॉनिक गैजेट्स हो, एनी ऑफ द गैजेट्स. You should not carry any accessories apart from your stationery, your pad, your pouch, and your geometry box. You will not carry any other accessories, any eatable items, ornaments. Even you are not allowed to wear any ornaments or any other material for information relevant or not relevant to the examination in the paper concerned. कोई भी चीज आप एग्जामिनेशन हॉल के अंदर नहीं ले जा सकते हो. अगर आप कोई चीज लेकर जाओगे so your result will be under unfair means, right? Paying, placing someone helps to write examination, that is what we call is impersonation on candidate's behalf or preparing material for copying. अगर आप किसी को पैसा देते हो, आपके जगह पे बिठाने की कोशिश करते हो, मेरे जगह पे आप एग्जाम लिखो, मैं आपको पे इतना पैसा दूंगा, या तो फिर आप किसी का हेल्प लेने की आप कोशिश करोगे एग्जाम लिखने के लिए, सो इन दैट केस your result will be under unfair means. Breaching examination rules or any directions issued by CBSE from time to time in connection with the conduct of examination. अगर आप कोई भी examination का rule तोड़ते हो, violating the rules, if you violate any of the rules, so your result will be under unfair means. So you are expected to follow all the rules issued by CBSE from time to time. Depending upon the situation, depending upon the circumstances, CBSE will try to give you the guideline for the examination. So you are expected to follow all those guidelines by letter and spirit. Assisting other candidates to engage in malpractice, giving or receiving assistance directly or indirectly of any kind of attempt to do so. If at all you try to engage other students in malpractice, you will try to receive or take something from them. अगर आप कोई पेपर एक्सचेंज करते हो, कोई चिट एक्सचेंज करते हो, अगर आप किसी की मदद लेने की कोशिश करते हो, इधर डायरेक्टली और इनडायरेक्टली अगर आप हेल्प लेने की कोशिश कर रहे हो किसी के थ्रू, सो द रिजल्ट विल बी अंडर अनफेयर मीन्स. Writing questions or answers on any material other than the answer book given by the center superintendent for writing answers. अगर आपके पास कोई दूसरा मतलब पेपर हो, आप उसके ऊपर अपने आंसर पहले प्रैक्टिस करने की कोशिश करोगे, पहले उस पे लिखोगे, ट्राई करके देखोगे, देन यू विल ट्राई टू राइट ऑन योर आंसर कॉपी, और इफ इट ऑल you write anything on your question paper and then try to write on your answer copy, so in that case again it will be considered as malpractice. The result will be under malpractice. So do not do any of these things. Tearing of any page of the answer book or supplementary answer book, etc. Do not tear any number of pages. Sometimes some children will do. You have 32 number of pages and they will try to remove one or two pages. And in future, they will try to blame CBSE board stating that somebody torn my pages and I have written all the answers and I did not receive the marks. So in that case, it is being mentioned, tearing of any pages, थोड़ा बहुत भी फाड़ा हुआ अगर पेपर रहेगा तो उसको अनफेयर मीन्स में कंसिडर किया जाएगा. सो प्लीज डू नॉट टीयर एंड प्लीज बी विजिलेंट. इफ एट ऑल एनी पेपर्स इन योर answer book are being torn, report it to your invigilator immediately. Contacting or communicating or trying to do so with any person other than the examination staff during the examination time in the examination center. If you try to take help or try to communicate with somebody else who are not in the examination hall, think that if your center is St. Joseph, but you try to talk to some other teachers who will be doing the duty over there, you try to talk to them, you try to take the help from them. So in that case, again, the result will be under unfair means. Communicating with another candidates for the assistant superintendent directly or indirectly. You are trying to again take help from the invigilator. So you are trying to communicate with them through somebody else, through other candidates. So that is again not allowed. Please don't do any such thing. Taking away the answer book out of the examination hall, room, or center. If you take away your answer book from the examination hall, again the result will be under unfair means. Smuggling out question paper or it's part of a smuggling out answer book, supplementary answer sheet or part thereof. If you try to like send the question paper outside the center when examination is going on, so that will be considered as smuggling out of question paper. Or if you try to like even some part of the answer book. If you send your answer book outside or try to take answer book from outside through somebody's help, if this is being found, if this is being noticed, so in that case, the result will be under unfair means. Threatening any of the officials connected with the conduct of examination or threatening any of the candidates. Think that if somebody is in power, what they will do, they'll try to go to the center and try to threaten the principal or the CS over there. My child is sitting for the examination. He will try to copy and you should allow him to copy. If you don't allow, so we will try to, like, take some revenge. We will try to dekh lenge hum aapko. This is what the favorite dialogue of everybody is. So they should not do any such sort of things either with the invigilators or with the center superintendent of that particular center. Even if at all this is being observed and if the center superintendent writes to CBSE, so the result will be under unfair means. Using or attempting to use any other undesirable method or means in connection with the examination. So you are not allowed to use any other methods like to copy, to cheat, to put somebody, to put authorities under the pressure, to help you, to support you to write the exam. So no such thing should be allowed. If anybody tries to do this, again, the result will be under unfair means. Forceful entry, for exit in the room, examination center, hall, etc. If at all the time is up, you are not allowed to enter into the examination hall. You are allowed till 10 10 o'clock itself. After 10:30, the school, the center will not allow you to enter into the hall. So in that case, if at all you try to enter forcefully and you are not allowed to leave your classroom until and unless the time is out. So if you try to come out forcefully and into the examination center or into the examination hall, so again, the result will be under unfair means. So you have to follow the protocol of examination. Use or attempt use or attempted use of any electronic device after entering the examination center. So do not use any electronic gadgets. Once you enter into the examination hall, you shouldn't carry anything with you. If that is found, again, there will be a problem. Uploading, sharing any examination related material, correct or wrong on social media. Sometimes, some children will try to share some wrong information though the paper was not being leaked. So they will try to share immediately on WhatsApp, on Facebook, on Insta. Array, today's paper was leaked. It happened several times in previous examinations too. So they will try to confuse all the parents, confuse all the students, and students will start preparing again for, they will be looking for the re-examination. So there will be confusion in the board, confusion in the students, confusion in the parents. So the chaos will be created. So do not try to upload any such wrong information on social media and create a chaos. If at all any student found doing such thing, his result will be under unfair means. Fixing, uploading of a fabricated photograph on the admit card. On your admit card, you are expected to fix your photograph itself. Sometimes you will try to paste somebody's photograph on your हॉल टिकट सो दैट इज व्हाट फैब्रिकेटेड फैब्रिकेट यानी डुप्लीकेट चीज बनाना जो चीज नहीं है उस चीज को जब हम बना के दिखाते हैं so that is called fabricated. So instead of your photograph, you are trying to put somebody else photograph and he will be sitting for the examination. अगर ऐसा होगा और ये पकड़ा जाएगा, so the result will be under unfair means. Erasing or obliterating any information printed on the answer book. Sometimes some children will try to erase. Blade से थोड़ा सा remove कर देते हैं. And they will say, मैम मेरे book पे तो ऐसा है ही नहीं. यहाँ पे तो ऐसा remark ही नहीं है. So that's why I did the mistake. So you are not allowed to erase or obliterate. What is the meaning of obliterating? That is removing, erasing, deleting. This is obliterating. So if you remove any information which is printed on your answer book, again, the result will be under unfair means. Do not try to uh, do not make any such changes on your, do not fiddle with your answer book. Be careful and cautious. Providing wrong information on the answer sheet. अगर आप कुछ wrong information provide करते हो अपने answer sheet पे, even that is wrong. Your result will be withheld. Having in possession lesson paper of previous year. You should not carry anything with you. If at all you have any lesson paper or anything of your previous year, so even that will be considered as unfair means. If a candidate approaches any authority person related to conduct of exams, soliciting unauthorized privilege in these examinations, you are not allowed टू अप्रोच एनी अथॉरिटीज, सीबीएसई का सीएस हो या तो फिर तुम्हारा जो सेंटर रहेगा, सेंटर के सेंटर सुपरिंटेंडेंट हो या कोई वहां के प्रिंसिपल हो, आप उनसे जाके पर्सन में बात करके, यू कैन नॉट टॉक टू देम इन पर्सन एंड यू कैन नॉट try to take any unauthorized privilege in this examination. आप उनके पास से कोई privilege लेने की कोशिश आपको नहीं करनी है. अगर कोई आपकी complaint करेगा, so if CBSE comes to know about such thing, so that result will be withheld. The result will be under unfair means. Taking legal course on any other to influence CBSE for gaining advantage in their favor by providing false information. So if you try to like take some legal course, so you wanted to influence CBSE, CBSE का जो अधिकारी है, अगर उसके ऊपर कुछ legal हम लोग charge करके with wrong information, false allegation अगर आप करते हो और उनसे favor लेने की कोशिश करते हो, then too the result will be under like unfair means. So these were the things which I wanted to alert the children, and now uh, I wanted to check with the students. If at all you have any questions, children, you can definitely ask me so that I'll try to clear your doubts. If you have any questions, you can unmute yourself and please share your questions. We can ask the question.